right, so here is our equipment version for tomorrow, which is Tuesday. We're going to go over this version all the way through, and then we will go over the non-equipment version, which I will also have an alternate for our run in that version as well, just in case the weather is not great, seeing as it's really crappy out today. So for time, you have 20 strict pull-ups. If you don't have any place to do strict pull-ups, you're going to do 20 dumbbell rows on each side. So that'll be 1 or 2 dumbbells. Just make sure you hit 20 rows on each side. From there, a 400-meter run, followed by 40 double dumbbell cleans. So if you do not have 2 of the same weight dumbbells at home, you're going to double the reps. That'll be 80 single-armed dumbbell cleans. So that's only if you have 1 dumbbell, you'll have double the reps. So make sure you hit 40 on each side. 800-meter run will be next, followed by 40 double dumbbell push jerks. Again, if you only have 1 dumbbell, you're going to have 80, so you'll double the reps. Make sure you hit 40 on each side. A 400-meter run, and then 20 strict pull-ups, or again, those 20 dumbbell rows on each side. So, all right, if you do not have strict pull-ups, or you don't have a place to do strict pull-ups, again, like I showed in another video, if you don't have a place to do strict pull-ups, you can always use a door frame or something like that that has a slight edge on it to do essentially fingertip pull-ups. But again, if you want to stay safe, if you don't have that option, or if you don't have strict pull-ups, you'll take your 1 dumbbell, you'll hit 20 rows on each side. So you can hip hinge, either hand on the hip or on a surface, elbow nice and tight when you row in, at a 45-degree angle when we're hinging, and you'll have 20 rows on each side. From there, you'll do your run. So 400-meter run, that's approximately 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes worth of running. From there, you'll come in, you'll have 40 double dumbbell cleans. I only have 1 dumbbell available. Therefore, I would double the reps and do 80 single arm dumbbell cleans. That's 40 on each side. You can split that up however, so 5s or 10s on each side if you want. That's how I would do it, 5 or 10s on each side. So double dumbbell cleans. If you have 2 dumbbells, so I'll mimic that I have 2 dumbbells, and you're going to hit 40 double dumbbell cleans. Your choice if you want to go outside of your feet and clean it up, or if you want to go inside. I personally like inside better, but it's personal preference. If you only have 1 dumbbell, again, double the reps. Same thing, either inside or outside your leg. I prefer inside and single arm cleans. Switch arms whenever, just make sure you hit 80, so double the amount of reps. Then an 800-meter run, or approximately 4 minutes of running, give or take a minute or so. From there, you're gonna have double dumbbell push jerks for 40 or 80 single arm push jerks. So if you're gonna go with 80, that's 40 on each side, switching arms whenever. In the front rack, dip, drive, rebend, stand it up. Dip, drive, rebend, stand it up, switching arms whenever. If you have 2 dumbbells, same concept, front rack, up together, 40 in total. And from there, you're back down the ladder, another 400-meter run, or essentially a 2-ish minute run, and then 20 strict pull-ups or 20 dumbbell rows on each side. It is for time tomorrow, no time cap. In the next version, I'll go over your alternate in case it's crappy out or you don't want to run, which will be our odd object version. So, for time, 40 odd object rows, a 400-meter run or 100 mountain climbers, 40 odd object ground to overhead, G2O means ground to overhead, 800-meter run or 200 mountain climbers, 40 odd object shoulder to overhead, that's what S2O means, 400-meter run or 100 mountain climbers to finish. So same kind of flow, slightly different. So your odd object rows. For this one, I would try to grab something that you can hold on both hands so you don't have to double the reps. So something that's on the longer side. Let's see this nice full basket here. Should have got this one through, but we didn't. I still like the idea of a loaded backpack, so we'll go with this bag again. So bent over rows. Bag is always great because you can load it as heavy or as light as you want. So on this one, you can hit the 35 to 50 pound standard that I would recommend. Hip hinge, 2 hands, pull into your lower, just below your chest for your 40 rows. Your ground to overhead. If you have a plate, that's great because you can do like we do in warm-ups, the ground to overhead. If not your odd object, that's fine. Ground to overhead. Again, if you have something smaller that you need on one hand, just double the reps for your ground to overhead. Your ground to overhead, that can be a snatch or that can be a clean and jerk. And then your last one will be shoulder to overhead, so from the front rack here. If it's too light and you don't want to jerk and you'd rather get the strict press work in, just strict press it. If not, hip drive, reband. Okay. Now your mountain climbers. Either 100 for the, you'll have 100 mountain climbers for the 400 meter run, or 200 mountain climbers for your 800 meter runs. Mountain climbers, each leg counts as 1. Make sure your toe stays off the ground when you drive into your chest. So 100 would look like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way up to 100. Same thing for 200. While you may be working for a shorter period of time than you would be if you were running, it's probably going to be a little more taxing on your body. So there's a little bit of give or take for each version, depending on which one you do. It kind of equals itself out. That's it for tomorrow. Live Zoom will be at 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. Also have Facebook Live around WOD around 5:30 p.m. So have a good night, guys. Hang in there.